Alright guys, we might gotta start again. On God, we might gotta start again. So I'm selling like blister packs, the check lane blister packs, right? Sorry, I tried to balance you up my jeans. Anyways, I made an amateur mistake because when I sold single cards and booster packs before, blister packs, that kind of stuff, when I sold it before, I made sure to rubber band it in sandwich between cardboard. And so I was selling these check lane blisters. So they already have like cardboard on one side. So I didn't even think about it, right? I was like, whatever. And so this customer got really freaking mad at me. And he wrote me an angry message and he called me an amateur and he left a really bad review on my eBay store and I lost a star. So, lesson learned. This is not good, though. Obviously. He did complain about there being a little bend in the blister pack, the blister pack, okay? And I'm afraid that was already there. I don't think it's because of my poor packaging job. I think that was already there. Okay. This little container thing over there, right on the other side of my electric guitar, that's where I keep it. It's very, cramped in there. And I've had it in there for, 5 years. I've been holding on to these things like valuable stocks for 5 stankin' years, okay? So, I hate to tell you, I think that was already there. But anyways, not good. And I think it just bombed my whole fucking entire operation. I don't think I'm gonna get any more sales. And to start over, I would have to sell more to get good reviews, but that is a hard thing to do because once somebody leaves a really shit review, no one's gonna want to buy from you, right? Even if it's just one. Like, I know when I'm buying something for the first time off of Amazon or eBay too, I look at the reviews, and if I see a negative one, then I'm like, oh no, should I even buy from this guy? Even if it's just one. So I know, as a customer myself, how much a negative review can impact my decision whether or not to purchase something. But if I were to start over under a completely new account, I would also have to relink my bank account information and whatnot. I guess that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing because it's currently under my dad's, because when I started my eBay shop, I was 13. So, I have my own bank account now, so I really should link it to mine's, but it is a big pain. And is that there's a fire truck outside of my house. Anyways, not saying this guy was wrong for complaining about my packaging job. I'll admit it. I completely overlooked it, right? But damn, this guy done blow up my whole freaking operation, dude. There's no way I'm gonna get anybody else to buy from me. Nonetheless, Pokemon cards, no one's gonna want to buy that from me. So the only option to continue selling Pokemon cards, right, and other collectibles, I've been selling some old clothes on there too, which I don't think people are too worried about that breaking in the mail or getting damaged in the mail. But if I want to sell any more of my collectible items, I think I'm going to need a new eBay account, and that means I have to make a new Gmail or whatever. So yeah, this guy just fucked me up. He just like hit me where it hurt. I don't know how I'm actually going to recover from this. As in my store. I've been criticized many times. Don't worry, that's not the problem. I just don't know. I don't know if my store is going to be able to recover from this. I really don't. I have 22 good reviews, but can that outweigh one really bad one? He basically said, it was shipped really poorly. I would never buy from this seller. If you're thinking about buying from him, don't do it. So, safe to say he was pretty mad. I just shaved my face for real for the first time, and like, what is there to shave? Well, it's not like a typical. It's Asian facial hair, okay? I keep forgetting, you know, and it's really wiry, and it's not full, right? It's really thin and wispy and wiry. So it looks like pubic hair, which technically it is because you get facial hair during puberty, but you know, I tried. I'm gonna be honest with you. I tried. Okay, I am on testosterone. I increased my dose not for facial hair reasons, but for other reasons, and that didn't work. I tried minoxidil, and that didn't work. So I'm just meant to be bare. I'm just meant to be smooth, and that's okay because you know what? I'm never going to bald. I'm never gonna bald. I chose my major probably like 2 weeks ago. I'm doing an entrepreneurship business major, so you know, everybody. When I told them that, like last semester, that I was thinking about doing that, they were like, "Wow, good for you, man." Like, okay, I know what I'm signing up for is hard in terms of career-wise, but you guys are kind of scaring me a little bit. The thing is, I believe that I have the spirit to do it. I, at 13 years old, started my own eBay store. I believe I might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, and I might not be good at a lot of things, and even having my own business. But you see, I can learn. Drive and actually wanting to do something is what you need the most, because even if you're bad at it, you can still get good at it. That's what I'm saying. I believe that I have the spirit to do it. So we'll see though. We'll see what I do. I really don't want to do like a desk job. I hate standing in one place the whole day for 8 hours, 5, 6, 7 days a week. I don't know if I could do that. So, you know, I was thinking of some other things. And I just asked out of curiosity to my dad if he had, you know, tried to be an elevator mechanic. Because it popped up on Reddit on my email that it was like a high paying job, and there was all this discourse on it on Reddit about it, right? So I just asked him out of curiosity, and my mom does not want me to get a blue-collar job. Coming from the position that I'm in, right, I guess it would make sense for me to get a white-collar job. It would make sense, like, why would you want to do a blue-collar job? But I don't know. There's, like, a real push for me to do a white-collar job, but, like, oh, jeez. I don't know. I don't know if I'm built for that. Like, I gotta move. I don't gotta do anything, like, physically demanding necessarily, but I don't know. I couldn't do what my mom does. You know, she's an attorney, and she's at the computer all the time, reading briefs and writing reports on them. And when I was younger and she was in private practice, she worked all the time on the computer, all the time, all weekend. I just don't know if I could do that, dude. And I guess it doesn't really make sense to her because, I have an option. My family worked hard to put me in a privileged position, so it wouldn't make sense for me to, do a blue collar work. But I don't know, man. Is there a fire out there? I'm gonna go. This video is 12 minutes, so I'm gonna go. Wait.